Alrighty, fellas, if you're struggling on this level 45 boss, well, don't worry, I got you. And good news, I cleared it with A0 twins and low awareness on, aka A3 on. But yeah, I'll make sure to leave some timestamps for you in the video so y'all can skip my yapping if you don't want to hear it. But without further ado, let's get into the guide. Ikaze. Alrighty, so let's talk about this fight, shall we? So first off, let's talk about what each enemy party member does. So Sojoten first, he basically procs a perma attack buff for the enemy party, but he barely does any damage, so don't worry about him. Jigokuten, he's the enemy AoE shield procer, and that shield lasts for about 2 turns. But don't worry, even with the shield, you can still do a lot of damage and bypass it. Next is Komokuten. He is kind of a little bit more troublesome. What he does is he applies a taunt with the skill called Eye of Heaven, and it'll basically make all the ads and the boss aggro you. So definitely try to kill him if you can. Next is Bishamonten, who's the most annoying, okay? Way worse than Komokuten, because what he does is he will change all the affinities to resist. So you can imagine how much less damage you will do when he's on the screen, when he enables that skill. But don't worry, since if you're running Futaba, she can revert it back to neutral, but still, definitely try to get rid of him first if you can, pronto. Now let's talk about Neon Show. Neon Show doesn't really have a lot of special attacks, but since this is level 45, he does hit pretty dang hard, and you want to avoid trying to get hit by him as much as you can. And that's not even the worst part. While his ads are on the screen, he will be getting those perma damage buffs. The shields will be targeted towards him. And then in phase 2, he will basically heal himself and make himself untargetable. But don't worry, there's a permanent way to deal with him in both phases 1 and 2. And that thing is called the Spark Powder stacks. You want to get full stacks of the powder, because what it does is it will stun the boss for 1 turn and inflicts terror. So you basically have 1 turn of freedom, and you get to choose whatever you want to do with that turn. And in order to get that powder, you want to reduce the ad's HP to 50% or less. So in short, if you're running an AoE team, it's very easy to get those adds down to 50% since you're targeting all of them at once. Now, if you do get a follow-up, use those 1-mores to target those adds so that you can gain even more spark powder. Because instead of using those 1-mores on the boss, use them on those adds, because they have way more annoying mechanics, and those stacks will help, lessen the pain that is this boss. But without further ado, boys, let's go ahead and show you my teams, my rev cards, and my mindscapes. Ikaze. Fellas, so I'll go ahead and show you the effects that I chose. Feel free to pause this video or to slow it down so y'all can see the effects. And without further ado, let's go ahead and show you. Alrighty, fellas, I'll go ahead and show you the rev cards and the mindscapes for this team. So if on here, you're going to want the Fire DPS set. That's going to be Acceptance and Strife. Here's her mindscape. Next is going to be the Twins. Twins, you're going to want their Sig set, Negativity, and Power. Here's their mindscape. Moving on to Cord. Cord, you're going to want either one of 2 sets. Trust and Prosperity, which is a highlight boosting set, or you can run Reconciliation and Creation, which is a debuff set that inflicts damage taken on all enemies, and it also increases all your base stats, including attack. Now, keep in mind, if you do run that set, you're going to have to do some speed tuning, because Recon and Creation gives you +6 speed. So do bear that in mind whenever you're running Recon and Creation. But anyways, moving forward, Futaba, you're going to want to run Resolve and Labor for Navi set. And then here's her mindscape. Oh, and I forgot to show you Cord's. Here's Cord's mindscape real quick. And lastly, let's go ahead and talk about Wonder. Wonder, for his dagger, you have 3 options. You can run Starry Compass, you can run Purgatory, or you can run Ex Machina. If you run Ex Machina, you're going to want to run a fire persona as your starter persona. I only recommend Starry Compass if you have it at around R6 versus A0 Purgatory. It will probably do better than R0 Purgatory. But for the purpose of accessibility for this video, I'll be using R0 Purgatory. Next is Personas. So, Personas, I ran Throne. You can run him with the signature, his signature, Purifying Flames. Baphomet is going to be running his sig as well, Red Hot. And the reason why I took Sandalphon here is so that I can survive turn 1 using Devoted Guard. And his highlight is also a good SOS button as well if, you know, you need like a big shield in order to survive. Oh, and I forgot to mention this. For the twins in this run, I ran them as the strategist slash medic role. If you feel like you need more extra survivability slash defensive capabilities, you can always run them in the guardian slash medic set here. But in my run, I was able to get away with this, and you should be able to as well. But without further ado, I'll go ahead and show you some alternative comps and rotations. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and talk about alternatives. So let's start off with the medic role on this team. So let's say, for example, you don't have twins. Well, you can obviously substitute twins out with Minami, aka Marion. She can also be a pseudo buffer depending on awareness. And you can even get away with someone like Morgana, or heck, even Soy can work too, right? Luful, Summer Moko, pretend this is Summer Moko. Just any sustain should work as long as you have some sort of sustain. But in this case, we're running A0 twins. Now, let's say, for example, you have A1 twins. So with A1 twins, you can do something like this. You can do their medic slash guardian role. And since they proc S3 automatically without you having to do S3 by yourself, what that means is they will proc their AoE shield quite often. And so that eliminates Sandalphon from this equation. So if that's the case, you can substitute Sandalphon with a lot of things. You can do Dionysus, right? And you can take advantage of Rebellion, or you can run Dominion with Cohesion, or you know, you can run another like debuffer, Cert. You know, it doesn't matter. If you do choose the guardian slash medic version of the twins here, then you can easily substitute out Sandalphon, is the TLDR summary. Now let's talk about the strategist replacement. So let's say if you don't have Cord, you can do something like Winvast, right? Winvast is a pretty good AoE buffer as well if you need. Or if you have Matoy, you can run Matoy on this team and she'll help out on a lot. Or you can even put in someone like Leon, or even like Soy if you need that extra survivability and the extra debuffing with his gun. I know we're talking about strategists here, but you know, his gun and like S2 are pretty good tools to use to debuff the enemy. But in general, I bet a lot of y'all do have Cord and Winvast, so you know, you could easily swap out Cord for Winvast, or if you're lucky and you have Matoy, you can run Matoy. And as for the DPS, I recommend you run on. Just run on, okay? A lot of enemies in this fight are weak to fire, so you're just gonna run on, okay? And I bet a lot of people have A6 on, so she's, you know, very easily accessible. If not, you can always run Joker, right? Or you can just run Haru, whatever AoE DPS you have, but I recommend on. Just on. Now for Navi replacements, you don't have Futaba, well, you run Phoebe. You don't have Phoebe or Futaba, you run Rico. Phoebe's rotations, since we're running a not mono fire team, is going to be a little awkward. I'll probably do a little bit of testing with the Phoebe version, and I'll have her rotations in the comments section below, or if you ask for it. Rico should just be 1-3-1-3-1-3, and then Futaba, you already know, is 1-3-1-3-1-3. So TLDR, you have a Futaba user. If not, second best choice is Phoebe, and then third option is probably Rico. But I'll definitely recommend Futaba. You'll finish the fight quite easier and quicker with her. And yeah, without further ado, boys, I'm done talking about all this alternative team comp crap. Let's get into the run. Ikaze. I'll tell you one thing. If your on is the same awareness as me or higher, you can definitely follow my rotations. If you're at A2 or A1 or A0, you might take more turns to kill, but it definitely is possible. But just TLDR, just whenever you have VIEN Rose, just skill 3 with on. And the reason why I bought Sandoff on here is to use his skill 1 in order to proc that shield so I can tank the first turn. Because on the first turn, they do so much damage that you really need a shield. So that's why I recommended to use Medic/Guardian twins, or just use Sandoff on. But yeah, I'll talk to you on a bit. Good luck on the run. So there you go. You saw how we got a little bit of the spark powder there from, you know, getting down some of the ads to 50%. You want to keep repeating that until you get to 1,000 stacks. And once you do that, you can easily stun the boss for a turn. And, you know, that's a really good thing. And also, if you noticed, I used my one more on the boss itself. Don't do that. You want to use it on the mobs, right? The lower HP the mobs are, the more stacks you get. And the more times you will be able to inflict the stun on the boss. Anyways, once you get the boss down to 0 HP, he will enter phase 2 no matter what. So do keep in mind in this phase, he has a skill that will make him non-targetable and that will heal him up as well. But as long as you aggro this boss before he can proc that skill, you should be good. In this case, make sure that you heal up as well, so that you don't get caught lacking against these mobs. And again, see how I got the spark powder all the way to 1,000 before he could do anything? Yeah, you can just aggro him and the ads, and as long as you have one turn of him not acting, it should be enough, at least at this awareness, to double tap him. And if not, remember to use your extra actions on the mobs itself so that you can just keep inflicting more spark powder stacks to inflict even more stuns on him. And there you go, boys. GG's. Well, boys, I just want to take a moment to thank y'all so much for 500 subscribers. It means so much to me that y'all watch my videos, comment, you know, and leave criticisms that help me out. Like, I enjoy making these videos a lot, and to see you guys supporting me back, it just means the world to me, and I can't thank y'all enough. Like, I love y'all. Y'all are the goats, man. And, you know, here's to more videos, honestly, because I really enjoy this craft. Like, I feel like I've truly discovered one of my hobbies in life, aka content creation. So thank y'all so much for this. I can't say it enough. But hey, if you enjoyed this video, maybe, you know, like it, leave a comment. If you have any questions, ask away, and I'll get to you as soon as I possibly can. As for future video ideas, I'm not going to say jack. I'm going to keep that a little secret, you know, make it a little surprise for y'all, because I do want to make the next video, or the next few videos, a little special for y'all, you know, for hitting 500. But, yeah, until the next one, y'all, and I love y'all. Deuces.